Morning everyone, how are you all doing today? I hope you're well. Back to the garden. I haven't been to the garden yet, haven't even had a look. It's 2 weeks and 4 days since I was in the garden, which is a ridiculously long absence at this time of year, at the height of the season. But, well, we all know why. So today, I think it's today, or is it tomorrow, marks 2 weeks since I became symptomatic. So by now I should no longer be contagious, but I've come in wearing my mask just in case there was anyone, I was going to cross anyone on my way out. On their way out, my way in. But no, and I've just had a quick look around onto the path to make sure no one's coming. There's no one around, so fine, take my mask off. So, I haven't looked at the garden yet. Thinking about it walking, all the way I was walking along here this morning. I think I've got 2 worries and 1 hope. Let's start with the worries and end with the hope. So my 2 worries are, 1, that I'll have tomato blight. We have had quite a lot of rain days and damp days, not a huge amount of rain, actual rain. I mean, thank goodness there's been no flooding in my area, but just damp enough for blight. My other worry is, like I said, we've had a lot of damp days but not a huge amount of rain. I've got all those brassicas in pots, the ones that will follow my onions when the onions come out. So what have I got? Purple sprouting broccoli and calabrese. My worry for them is that either they've dried out and died, or it's just people walking to the park, or that they've been wet enough but they'll have been had by slugs, because I haven't been here to put slug traps down. So yeah, my 2 worries, the brassicas and the tomatoes. But my hope is that the tree lilies are in bloom, because they're normally in bloom around between the sort of 10th, they start about the 10th of July and go through to about the 20th, about a couple of weeks or so. So the last time I was down, it's 2 weeks, 4 days, so it was about, I think it was the 15th, 16th of July, and they were not in bloom. So, okay, fingers crossed for them. All right, what I'm going to try and do is get to the shed, dump all my bits and pieces, and come back into the garden with you guys and the camera to see it in real time with you. So as I walk past the garden, I'm going to do that so I don't look. I'm not going to look. Let's go and discover what happened to the garden in the last 2.5 weeks. I think probably loads of weeds and really long grass and messy edges to the beds. Don't care about that, just so long as the veggies have survived. Deep breath, here's hoping. Okay, so I know I said I'm not going to look at the garden as I go past, but I can't help but see. Can you see what I see? Let's zoom you in a bit. Do you see what's on the end of my garden? The tree lilies are blooming. Oh, yay, yay, yay. I'll give you a closer up look in a moment. Right, that's everything dumped at the shed. Let's go and see what's happening in the garden in no particular order. I'm not doing this as a tour, I just want to get an idea of what's gone on. Oh, look at the lavender. Oh my goodness. Oh, and that's the hyssop, the pink hyssop. Gorgeous. That'll be ready for harvesting really soon. Oh my goodness, look. Oh gosh, they're beautiful. Oh, and with the verbena too. Oh my goodness, look at this verbena. Oh my goodness, the size. Oh, and the rhubarb's massive. Oh my goodness, look. So I'm going to be like this. Blueberries to pick. Brilliant. Oh, I'm chuffed. Okay, on the deck. Everything looks... yeah, they all look alive. That rose needs some tying up. Oh my goodness, I am delighted with that. That's the one that I moved in the late spring. That's the one that I speared. I properly speared it. Now what I have to do now that I'm back is I need to cut the centres out, all the, I was getting mixed up between stamen and sepal. Stamens, I think, with the pollen on. I need to get rid of those to protect the cats. Oh my goodness. Oh, and it's really lovely to hear and see the bees in the lavender today, because do you remember, I think it was that last time I was down in the middle of July, I was saying there's been a dearth of bees this year. Oh my goodness, the bergamot! The bergamot is out. Wow. Well, it's out and over. I've kind of missed it, but oh, that's fantastic, because I put it in, I think, I really can't remember, but I think it was 3 years ago. It was either 3 or 2 years ago. And it's come up a little bit each year and then not really done anything, and it certainly hasn't come to flower. So I am delighted to see that one flowering. Really delighted to hear the bees. Oh my goodness. Oh, doesn't that gladden the heart? Right, this is one of the worry areas. That's first of all, oh my goodness, I think I need to get that self-seeded borage out. Well, as I thought, I have a few fennel left. Oh, good grief. There were 2 in every cell before I went. 0 salad left. They've all been eaten. Some spinach. I'm going to do some resowing, I think. And then, but more importantly, what's gone on with the brassicas. Oops, that's caved in. Let's just move it out of the way. Oh, okay, so they're alive. You see how they've gone a bit red in the leaves. They're a bit stressed. They need to be planted soon. Like I said, the purple sprouting over there, they will go in. Is that the purple sprouting over there? I can't remember which one's which at the minute. It doesn't matter. Purple sprouting to go in after the new potatoes are out. And the Calabres and Savoys will go in when the onions come out. Oh, there's quite a lot of standing water in those trays. On that last day I was here, I swapped out all the trays from holy ones to non-holy ones in the hopes that while I was away at Auntie Teapot's, if we had any rain, it could collect in the trays a bit whilst I would be away not watering. Okay, that's good. Right, what do I want to check on next? Oh, let me just give you this view. Hello, jungle. Goodness me. Wow, is this? Oh, can you see in there? The rouge vif. I need to have a little, go on a hunt, a squash hunt. In this end bed. Oh, well, the Coco de Pampo, they're finally getting flowers. Now, this one was really late this year, so I've been saying all along that instead of instead of harvesting at the end of August, beginning of September, I think I'll be harvesting at the end of September. If I get a harvest, I don't care when it comes, just as long as it comes. Oh, what did I say about weeds? Yeah. How did the kale get on without me? They're all fine. Like I said, I think that first week that I wasn't here was scorching hot. Gary watered for me a couple of times, but then we've had rain, so I think there's been just enough to keep everything going. Oh my goodness, beans. I need to nip out the tops. Oh, and this cane, that's one that I didn't manage to get braced. Can I do some remedial bracing? I'm not sure. Oh my goodness, my grass is long, long shaggy grass, weeds, never mind. Now, this lot, this has been so on my mind with the worry of blight. I'm going to go and look slowly and carefully. Some more fruits forming. No sign of any ripeness yet. Every now and again, you'll see a leaf like this and think, oh my goodness, is it blight? I don't think that is blight. I think that's just dying back. But, oh, fox. Oh, he's gone. But to be on the safe side, ooh, is that one blight? Is that blight? With all of these, to be on the safe side, I'll just cut them out anyway. Because of course, with me not being here, I've not been doing my aspirin sprays. Wow, they all need tying in. It's hard to see, but they're up to 5 foot now. Tying in, and I've probably lost the race with getting rid of side shoots in this top sections anyway. I'll tie them in as best I can. This is the Gardener's Delight. Again, blight checking. This is the Rose de Berne. Looks like I'm getting a nice lot of fruits through here. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. It looks like I am blight free, except for those 2 query plants I just showed you. This is the Amish pasties. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is the cukes. They should be going up the frame, but obviously I've not been here to tie them in. So they're merrily making a run for it across the path. Oh, I don't think I've got any chance now of getting those back on the frame. The pixie peppers. Goodness me, let's have a look around the back of this cuke frame. So I'm hoping, yeah, well, hang on a sec, I've got to find my feet so I can see there is a cuke. Oh, there's a beauty. So I think I'm going to be doing some harvesting today, because whilst I've been quarantining myself at home, excuse me, I've been living on stuff out of the freezer, and to be honest, a lot of the time I've just been living on toast because I just haven't had the energy to cook or do anything. My goodness. This is 2 plants. I'll show you in more detail when I do a tour. How are these beans doing? This is, well, it's supposed to all be gigantes. That's not gigantes, that's some sort of runner. This is Cocoa Sophie. Oh my goodness. Oh, ripe tomatoes. Hang on. Coming through. Coming through. Oh my goodness, look how long this grass is. Doesn't matter, I don't care. Well, I do care a bit, but, well, firstly, I'm going to show you the top half. Look at these tomatoes. Where I wasn't here to tie them in. But, hello. Got my first little ripe orange cherries. That's great, because I've got those cukes. I can have a cucumber and tomato salad. Oh, and with it, let's see how they've done. Let's come around this way. With them, I will have a red onion. You know, this is what I was saying about everything being late this year. I would have expected... Oh, I've lost an onion there. That looks like it's rotted. I would have expected to have the onion harvest in by now. You see how they're just starting to flop? So they're getting ready for harvesting. Oh my goodness! Oh my goody goodness! These are the courgettes. This was the one that had the little... It's not a baby anymore. Yeah, it's time to do some harvesting. Oh my giddy goodness. Well, And then at that end, some spare squash, which are taking it. Oh, I forgot to look at the climbing squash. Oh, look, more nibbles on the salads. Oh, great. So the celery, they're looking absolutely fine. Oh, hello, my dear friend. Oh, beautiful boy, I missed you. I missed you so much. Yeah. Yes, should we have a cuddle? Yeah, they're nicely fattening up. So again, they've had just enough rain. Oh, I'm a goody-goody. Oh, look at this sight. We're right into the sun. Let's come the other way. I've got a lot of harvesting to do. Goodness me. This is all needs harvesting, this calendula. I'm not going to look at everything now because I'm going to do a proper tour. But just to share this sight with you. The cosmos are in bloom, the verbena, the tree lily, the calendula. Oh, and a few little love in a mist down at the bottom. Oh, that makes me happy. That does make me really happy. So I think what I need to do, I'm going to have a bit of a harvest because I want to have a harvest and a meal planning session with you all. So what I'll do is I'll do some harvesting. We'll do that on film. I'll get that home and then we can talk about meals once I'm at home. Oh my goodness, I'm just having a moment. Oh, I feel moved by this actually. It's been so on my mind and I've missed it so much. Oh, wonderful. Oh, and as always, a builder to interrupt my thoughts. Oh, buddy, you are a gorgeous boy, aren't you? Should we go to the shed and have a cuddle? Yeah, because I ain't half missed you. Oh, yes, handsome boy. Okay, let's pop back to the shed for a moment. Yay. I think, well, obviously I need to do that remedial bracing for the beans. This is all part of me being so behind this year that I didn't get the cross bracing done. But my biggest concerns, well, as I said when I was sitting on the steps up to our compost loo, I was really worried about the tomatoes and blight. And I was worried about my follow-on brassicas that are sitting in the cold frame because they are a massively, massively important part of my winter food. Oh, that beautiful lily. You know what, I'm so glad I divided it and put one part here because they're such big blousy flowers. That one that's at the top of the garden is more than enough for a display up there. And this, well, it's lovely to just bring a bit of height to the herb bed, which is all quite low. And now with the verbena doing so well, and the lavender full of life. Wonderful. Lots of butterflies on. I don't know if you can see up here. These are, I can't quite see from here. I haven't got my glass on. They're either gatekeepers. I might have gatekeepers and meadow. Oh, what's it called? I can't remember the name of it. Can you see on the cocos there? Oh, sorry, that was really fast. I want to get her before she flies off. Aren't you a beauty? Simple, but beautiful. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful in a million ways. I'm grateful for having this garden at all. I'm just so grateful that everything's okay. I mean, it's a chaotic mess, but it's an alive mess. And it looks, look, that's just a really scanty look at things. I've seen exactly the same as you have seen. I think what I'll do in a moment is I'm going to do a proper tour of the garden, a monthly tour as I normally would. It's going to look a bit messier than my tours normally look, because I was going to say there's loads of weeds. There aren't actually that many weeds. Well, at first glance. I think that's a testament to the fact that I generally keep the plot weed free anyway. But yeah, we'll do a tour so I can show you everything in detail, and then that's going to give me a chance to see everything in detail as well and really check on the health of each plant. But from just sort of skating over it like that now with you, it looks like everything's healthy. Slight question mark over that one bit of tomato. I'll nip it out. I'll cut it out. I haven't looked close enough to see about black fly, because of course before I went away, or before I had time off from the garden, I had a lot of black fly on my climbing beans. So I think I'd done in total maybe 2 garlic sprays. So I don't know, the black fly may have taken hold, but just from a distance, you know, there's a lot of growth on the beans by the looks of it. So yeah, I needed this. I really, really needed this. I needed to get out of the house. I'm not very good at being indoors for so long. And I just needed that reassurance of seeing the garden and seeing that it's okay. And the thing is, I think, you know, I could have texted any one of my friends down here to say, can you let me know how, oh, I need some water. Can you let me know how the garden is doing? Bear with me a sec. It's the big water because I'm in the garden. Yeah, I could have texted one of my friends and I'm sure they would have texted back to say, yeah, everything's fine, nothing to worry about. But I'd probably still be worried, because I think they may be being kind and not wanting me to worry, so say everything's okay. But it looks like everything is okay. The sight, as I was walking down the path, the central path, and I caught the first glimpse of that tree lily out. Yeah, it was kind of like the sign to say, Vivi, cool your boots, girl. It's all fine. Right, well, I'm going to catch my breath, and whilst he's having a few nibbles, I'm going to have a cuddle, catch my breath, have a cuddle, and then I'm going to go and film and do a proper tour in detail. Actually, before I do that, I think I'm going to wander around the garden again 2 or 3 times, just looking and looking and looking, because wow, isn't it amazing how, you know, sorry, I'm about to ramble a little bit, but it's a joyous ramble. Generally speaking, and I know most of you will be nodding about this who are growers, especially vegetable growers, you know, and you've got a flower garden in, you know, your normal back garden, flower garden, the changes aren't quite so big each year, because you'll have perennial plants and you'll have the same plants all the time, whatever. But with a vegetable garden, you know, let's see now, at the end of May, so 2 and a bit months ago, there was nothing. This garden kind of didn't exist, pretty much didn't exist. So much changes over the summer. It is amazing, isn't it? All of that has grown this year. It's all brand new plants, amazing. But when we get to this time of year, sort of July and August, if we get a combination of some good warmth and rain, wow, it really changes. I think sometimes we don't really see it, because most of the time, in a normal year, if there is such a thing as a normal year, I'm coming to the conclusion there isn't, but in a normal year, we're in our gardens maybe 2-3 times a week. You know, some of you are lucky enough, you grow your veg in your own back garden, so you see it every single day. But I think for most of us with an allotment garden, we maybe see it 2 or 3 times a week. And during the week, we may see a little change, that we go, oh, that is the first tomato beginning to ripen. But to not see it for 2.5, it's almost getting on for 3 weeks, the change is really obvious. It's huge. I can't get over those cucumbers. Not the actual ones to pick, that's great, but just the sight of them all over the ground. And what I'm really delighted with is that thing this year of me starting my cucumbers 4 weeks later in order to try and coincide them with the harvest of the tomatoes. Well, it's almost worked, hasn't it? I've got those orange cherries. There's zero sign of the Gardener's Delight ripening anytime soon. But, which makes me think next year maybe I should do the cucumbers even later, maybe 6 weeks later than normal. Not sure. Because the thing is, we've seen those two just now together. They may be the only two. There may be more to come. And if you remember, I also... Is that a nice buddy? Oh, it's so nice to see you. Are you going to jump down? Oh, you're going to get tangled up. Oh, I thought you were going to get tangled up in my the shoulder strap of my bag. What was I going to say? Yes, it may be that... Do you remember the ones I direct sowed in front? Because my potted ones, when I put them out, they got a bit mashed by slugs, and they also looked really white, pale, pathetic. So it might be that the direct seeded ones, they will fruit to coincide with the tomatoes. And I made a note of when I did the direct seeded ones too. So maybe, it may be that in future years I just direct sow them at that time. It all depends on weather, slightly. But if I can just direct sow them each year, that saves a bit of effort, doesn't it? You know, reflecting what I was saying in the video at the end of July about the garden's been too much effort this year. If I don't sow them at home in pots, firstly, I don't need to buy compost to put in those pots. Secondly, I don't need to then carry them all down here. And thirdly, then transplant them. And then I've got pots to wash up. So yeah, today is definitely a day for feeling gratitude. And today is also a day, I just want to send a quick special message to a friend of mine, Jay, you know who you are. She's doing something truly, truly remarkable and giving and generous today. I'll leave it at that, but just to say, I hope everything goes really well. And I can't wait to hear your news after it's all done. Alright, my lovelies, I think for this video, that's it for now. I'm going to get back out into the garden and go and have a really, really good look around. So I will see you soon, either for the proper tour of looking at everything, or next time I see it, maybe for the harvest and we'll be in the kitchen. Not sure which yet, but I'll see you soon. Bye for now, lovelies. Cheerio.